Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Benchwire. Today, we're doing more predictions for the NFL. We are at the final week of the regular season, week 18. The season has flew by, but today I am joined by my special guest. His name is Mark. Marcus, say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody.
And
Um,
I'm your host, Steven. Um, Today, we are predicting Saturday's game. They have two Saturday games. We got the Chiefs versus the Raiders. Chiefs are heading into Las Vegas, and it should be an interesting game. We get to see Jared Stidham yet again at quarterback because they shut down Derek Carr for the rest of the year, and he put up a decent game against the Niners in overtime, but didn't get the job done. I have the Chiefs winning this one, and they will clinch the number one seed. How you feel about this game?
yeah, I'm the same. If the Chiefs weren't fighting for number one and they already had it, I'd say Raiders. But you can't go against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, they're just a hard team to stop. And I don't believe in Josh McDaniels and Jared Stidham. He's not the guy. He had a good little outing last week, but it's not enough to make them beat this contender in the Kansas City Chiefs. And now we got another divisional matchup. I think this is one of the better games of the week. I know the Titans aren't that great, but we got the Titans versus the Jags, and this is for the playoffs. Whoever wins this game will be moving on
Nice.
to the wild card round, and Trevor Lawrence and the Jags have an opportunity to, get his first playoff appearance. And the Titans, they have Josh Dobbs at quarterback. Ryan Tannehill has been shut down for the rest of the season. Should be a fun game. It's a Saturday night game. I have the Jaguars winning, though. I feel like the Titans are too injury depleted right now, and I don't think they will win this game.
Do you know who's meant to win? Who has the odds?
I believe the Jaguars are the favorites in this one.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Titans then.
And going for the upset, okay. I
I
do
don't know. I
think
just
Derrick
yeah.
Henry could have a great game because he is back. He was hurt last week, so that didn't help them. Um, but receiver wise, I just don't trust right now in Traylon Burks and Robert Woods as receivers for Josh Dobbs. I don't think they have great receivers right now, and they're still kind of rebuilding. They're a good team because of Mike Vrabel, but they're missing a guy like AJ Brown. I wish they had a guy like him. Uh,
Mhm.
but let's move on to the next game. We have the Browns going into Pittsburgh and playing the Steelers Sunday at 1 o'clock. Now, if the Steelers win this game, I think they have a chance to be in the playoffs. Other things have to go their way. I don't know what those other things are, but they do have a chance to be in the playoffs and lock up the seventh seed if they win this game. I have the Steelers winning this game. They have been playing good as of late, and I've liked Kenny Pickett, what I've seen from him so far. The Browns, they did win last week against the Commanders, but, I don't like the Commanders right now. They had Carson Wentz at quarterback, and now they got Sam Howell. We'll talk about them more later. But I have the Steelers winning this game. Who do you got winning this game?
Yeah, I have the Steelers winning too. It's just it can't go against the game script. The Steelers have to have a winning record. So for Mike Tomlin, it's his blessing. So
Yeah,
it's gotta happen.
yeah. Mike Tomlin's been really good, and yeah, he's had a season over 500 for his whole career, and I think he's going to keep it that way and win this game against the Browns. So it should be another fun matchup. So far, those were all divisional games, and guess what? Next game on the schedule, another divisional game. We have the
Dang.
Ravens versus the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Ravens are still do not have Lamar Jackson, but they have Tyler Huntley, and Tyler Huntley's not a bad backup. He's a decent backup. Kind of has the same talent showcase that Lamar Jackson has. But the Bengals, they're coming off a game that got suspended because of Damar Hamlin. Um, I have the Bengals winning this game because that game got canceled last week. They did win the AFC North because of that. And I think if they do win this game, they have a chance at clinching the number one seed if the Chiefs lose their game and the Bills lose their game. So there's a chance the Bengals could get the number one seed if everything goes their way. I think the Bengals are a more talented roster right now, and I think they will beat this depleted Ravens team. How about you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same for me. There's not much to say. It's just the Ravens aren't looking too good without Lamar.
Yeah.
Um, I'm glad I don't have Mark Andrews next week on fantasy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I traded him midway through the season and it was a blessing because, Lamar got hurt and he just hasn't been the same without Lamar. But
Yeah.
we got another divisional game. So far, these are all divisional games. Why does the NFL do this? It's because it's for the playoffs, even though this game's not for the playoffs because the Bears are eliminated. The Vikings
I
are
think all
going.
the games are divisional games.
So far, they are.
They
But
are. They all are.
they
I'm
all
looking at
are.
it.
That is insane. They're good with scheduling, man. They know what's up. Um, the Vikings are playing the Chicago Bears. This game is going to be a doozy. I think the Vikings are going to rest their players, maybe playing for the first half. The starters, we'll see. But the Bears, they're not even playing Justin Fields. They shut him down for the rest of the season. I think Nathan Peterman's starting this game because Fields is hurt with some type of injury. Um, but yeah, I have the Vikings winning, and this game won't matter.
Yeah, I have the Vikings winning too. But aren't they? They're not going to rest any of their players because aren't they? Aren't they going for the number one seed?
I think they can't get the number one seed because they lost last week
Oh,
to the Packers. I think the best they can get is 3, and that's it.
ooh,
And they're most likely, no, they will. They will be playing the New York Giants in the playoffs. So that's going to be a great game to talk about. But that's for another
mhm.
time to talk about. But yeah, I think the Vikings, they really don't have to play for anything in this game. But I think they still play their starters for like the first half and then maybe rest in the second half because it's a meaningless game. I think they beat the Bears without Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Um, next up, another divisional game. Would you look at that? Um, we got the Patriots going up against the Buffalo Bills, and I have the Bills winning. And prayers to Damar. Hopefully, he is recovering well. He can now talk. He's been talking, FaceTiming with his teammates, and he's breathing without a tube. So I think he's headed in the right direction. Maybe he could come back and play next year, but I think he's going to be shut down for the rest of the season. Um, but yeah, I had the Bills winning this game. I just don't believe in the Patriots offense with Matt Patricia and Joe Judge running that. It's just not a good offense. Mac Jones, they need to give him better offense, give him some weapons. I just can't believe in that team right now. And the Bills, they got Josh Allen. They got Stephon Diggs. They got a crazy team. They're a contender for a reason, and they're trying to go for the number one seed as well. So I got the Bills in this one.
Well, I believe in the Patriots, and I
Okay.
also like choosing the upsets. So
Okay.
I
Upset.
think the Patriots are going to want to dethrone them from the number one seed. I think the Bills are just going to choke. Nothing. It's nothing like with Demar, but I just think I just feel a choking coming. I don't know.
All
It's in
right.
my blood. I feel it.
All right. He feels a choke coming on. Upset of the week right there. Patriots over the Bills from Marcus.
Yes,
Um,
lock
next
it
up,
in.
another divisional game. The Jets versus the Miami Dolphins. Joe Flacco starting in this matchup. Mike White is hurt yet again, and they're benching Zach Wilson because he is awful, and I think he is a bust, and he keeps proving it.
Yes.
Um, but Tua's not playing in this game as well, and I believe Teddy Bridgewater is hurt as well because he dislocated his finger or something like
Ooh.
that. And Skylar Thompson is gonna start against the New York Jets this week. So yeah, 2 crappy quarterbacks, Joe
So who's
Flacco
favored?
versus Skylar Thompson. I believe the Dolphins are favored. I could be
Ah,
wrong, but I believe the Dolphins are favored. And I have the Dolphins winning this game. I think the Jets don't have the defense to stop Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and the Miami Dolphins' explosive offense. But it's a divisional game. And, most of these games are probably going to be close this week because they're all divisional games. Um, but if I had to choose, I would probably pick the Dolphins to beat the Jets this week.
yeah, I'll pick the Dolphins too. I want to pick the Jets again, but yeah, I just go with the Dolphins.
All right. Um, we have another divisional game. Guess what? It's the Bucks versus the Falcons. Buccaneers are going to Atlanta for this game. The Bucks clinched the playoff spot, so they'll probably not play their starters the whole game. The Falcons, their season's over. Marcus Mariota's been out for the year. Desmond Ritter's 0-3 in his first 3 starts to his NFL career. They're going to look for a quarterback this offseason. Even though the Falcons are probably playing the Bucs backups, I still have the Bucs winning this game no matter what.
Mm, this one's tough. That's because it's going to be a really ugly game. I think I'm going to take the Bucks too because I think Tom Brady's probably going to go out there and um, he hasn't been playing well, but I think he's going to get a pretty big lead and then sit down for a little bit. So
Yeah, I think Tom Brady, you can't root against him, especially when he's playing the Falcons. I think he has a really great record against the Falcons, so leave it at that. Panthers are playing the Saints, and this game, both these teams, I'm pretty sure they're eliminated now.
yeah, I
So
think so.
this is a game that means nothing. Um, if I had to choose, I'm gonna pick the Saints. The Saints last week they upset the Eagles. No one saw that coming. The Saints, I think they have a decent roster, and I think it's better than the Panthers right now. So give me the Saints.
That was a fluke, man. Saints. I'm going with the Panthers.
You going with the
I
Panthers?
can't root for the Saints anymore.
You can't root after they beat your Eagles last week.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
okay.
And wait, Sam Darnold's starting, right?
Darnold is starting. He has been looking good to finish off the year. But he did lose last week against the Bucks. But he
Calling
still
it.
got the
Sam Darnold's
Texans.
going 500 yards, 4 touchdown passes.
Okay. Very bold prediction right there. Uh, next up, another game that means nothing. The Texans are going up against the Colts. Colts got killed by my Giants last week. And the Texans, I don't know what happened to them, but they're awful. If I had to pick a team right now, I'm going to pick the Texans in this game. I
Yes.
believe that Jeff Saturday has lost the locker room at this point, and they have nothing to play for, the Colts. The Texans, they've been hanging in a lot of games all year, and I think their team is good enough to beat this Colts team right now. So I would choose the Texans.
Yeah, I'm going with the Texans as well. Colts just lost all hope, and I think the Texans are going to play this like it's their last hurrah in their you know
Yeah.
they're
And I
going to try
believe
not to get the number one overall pick. I don't know why, but yeah.
I believe this would be their third win of the season if they do win this game. So very interesting. Lovie Smith hasn't had a great year as a head coach, but it is what it is. Let's move on to the next game. The Cardinals, this is a joke, are going against the 49ers. I believe this is J.J. Watt's last game in the NFL. What a career. He has had a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
But I don't think he wins his final game. I think the Niners are the better team. Deebo Samuel is back in the lineup this week. And I think with that being said, I think David Blau is still starting at quarterback for the Cardinals because it didn't work out for
Mm,
McSorley. I believe Colt McCoy's still in concussion protocol, so they shut him down. And David Blau is the starting quarterback for the Cardinals. D-Hop is also hurting this game as well. So, the Cardinals are just injury prone right now, and they just can't catch a break. I had the Niners winning, and they're getting healthy at the right time, and they're trying to get that number 1 seed. So, they're going to win this game. Give me the Niners.
yeah. There's like no way that Niners lose. If they lose, I don't even know. I
If
can't
they
even.
lose, it's a trap game. It's a trap game.
It's a
It's a
trap game,
divisional
but still,
team. David Blau, if he wins, he'll be known for this game, and it'll probably be the
he'll be a
best
hard
game of
knocks
his career.
legend.
Oh yeah, Hard Knocks legend. He was on the Lions this season, and that um another another divisional game.
They're all divisional games.
They're all divisional games. I gotta stop saying this. All right, the Dallas Cowboys are going up against the Commanders and Sam Howell this week. The Commanders are eliminated now from the playoffs, and the Cowboys, they're pushing for the number 1 seed. Some things have to go their way. The Eagles have to lose. The Niners have to lose. And if the Cowboys win, they will be the number 1 seed. I do think the Cowboys win this game. I don't think they get the number 1 seed. We'll talk about who I think is going to get the number 1 seed soon.
Mm,
But I have the Cowboys winning this game. Commanders, their season's over. They're starting Sam Howell at this point. I think they're waving a white flag. And I think Ron Rivera gets fired at the end of the year. The way he's handled this season just hasn't been great. You should have kept in Heineke last week. I don't know why you changed to Carson Wentz. He threw 3 picks. Carson Wentz didn't win over the team. Taylor Heineke was that guy, and you should have kept him in. He's the one who got you to playoff contention possibly, and
Yep.
you put in Carson Wentz. You can't do
Yep.
that. But yeah, I have the Cowboys winning this game.
Yeah, I think it'll be close because I think the Commanders will want to try to like pull the Cowboys out of it, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. All right. Next up, this game does mean something for the playoffs. So we got the Rams going up against the Seattle Seahawks. So if the Seahawks win this game, they have a chance of making the playoffs. And how they can make the playoffs is if the Lions beat the Packers. And say the Rams win this game, the Rams can send Detroit to the playoffs only if Detroit beats the Packers. So these are the playoff scenarios heading into this game. So Lions fans, you're rooting for the Rams in this game, and Seahawks fans, you're rooting for yourself in this game. Uh, so I think I got the upset here. I think I have the Rams beating the Seahawks. The Seahawks haven't
What I
looked
was going
like
to say.
themselves in the last few weeks. I know they won against, just have fell off ever since Mike White and the Zach Wilson situation has occurred. But Baker Mayfield, ever since he joined the Rams, he's been pretty good. Pretty sure he's like a 95 QBR, something
Ooh.
like that. But yeah, he's been winning games for the Rams and brought him back to life after the season looked like it was over. But it is over. They are eliminated from the playoffs. But I do have the Rams upsetting the Seahawks in this one and destroying the Seahawks' playoff chances in this game.
Exactly my thoughts. I mean, I think Rams are going to win. I still like the Rams even though they're really bad. I just think that injuries and stuff have gotten them and they just Super Bowl curse. But yeah, they're going to win this last game and yeah,
All right. Now we got the game of the week. We got the game of the week. We got my favorite
game
team,
of
the
the
New York
month.
Giants, going up against Mark's favorite team in the Philadelphia Eagles. This game is being played for the number 1 seed. If the Eagles win, they have the number 1 seed and it is clinched. If the Giants win, the Eagles will not receive the number 1 seed. But right now, we don't know if the Giants are playing their starters. It's leaning towards their backups most of the game. We might see some starters for the Giants, but not for the whole game. The Eagles, we believe Jalen Hurts is going to be back in action this week after Gardner Minshew went 0-2 in the last 2 weeks. I think Jalen Hurts need to play in this game because if he doesn't, then he will be resting for a long time, a little over a month if he does not play in this game. So I think the Eagles win this game. I think they clinch the number 1 seed. With the Giants, not playing their starters, they don't have to play their starters because even if they win, they still have the 6th seed. Even if they lose, they still have the 6th seed. So it's not worth getting your players injured. And you want all your starters healthy for the Minnesota Vikings game. So I think the Eagles win this game. Jalen Hurts will be back in the lineup, and I think the Eagles get the number 1 seed they should have got since the start of the season. They've been playing like the best team in football, so I think the Eagles will get that number 1 seed.
I'm thinking the Giants win this one.
Oh yeah,
45-7.
45-7. That would be amazing.
No, I'm just kidding. Eagles are gonna win.
You
I don't have
spoke
a
it
score
into
prediction.
existence now. It might happen.
No, no, no. I take it back.
Kenny
I didn't say
Galladay
that.
might pop off and, go off because this is the first game he's going to start if the backups are starting. But yeah, Eagles are going to win. If they don't, it will be a shame. And Eagles fans will be livid. But let's move on to another divisional game. The Chargers going up against the Denver Broncos. I have the Chargers winning this game. I don't know if their seeding does change if they win this game, but the Broncos are already eliminated. Nathaniel Hackett got fired. Their season was a disaster. Chargers are in the playoffs. I believe they are the 6th seed at the moment, so I don't know if they lose, they go to 7th seed or whatnot. But I do have the Chargers winning this game, and it's gonna be by a lot.
I really want to choose the Broncos to win, but I can't. I just I think the Chargers are going to play for seeding. I don't know if it matters, but and the
Yeah.
Broncos are just going to lie over and die because wait for next year.
Yeah. All right. And then the last game of the regular season, we have the Lions going up against the Green Bay Packers. So playoff scenario on the line right here for both these teams. If the Packers win, they're in. Lions are eliminated. If Lions win, they could be in if the Rams beat the Seahawks. Um, I have the Packers winning this game, so that game from beforehand doesn't even matter. I think the Packers have been hot as of late, and you can't root against Aaron Rodgers because, like that, man, he's a bad man.
I'm
Aaron
rooting
Rodgers.
against Aaron Rodgers.
What'd
Lions
you
have been
say?
hot too.
You
I'm
got
rooting
the
against Aaron Rodgers.
you're rooting against Aaron Rodgers.
It's going to be the upset. That's why I picked the Rams because I think the Lions are going to get into the playoffs. It's
Okay.
going to be the story of a century.
Well, see, I think the Rams are gonna tease Lions fans, right? They're gonna tease Lions fans, thinking Lions fans have a shot at the playoffs, and then Aaron Rodgers ruin their dreams of the playoffs. That's what I think's gonna happen. But you think Lions get in? They're the 7th seed. I think the
Yes.
Lions could be a scary team in the playoffs. They've been really close with teams all year. I really like what Dan Campbell's doing over there in Detroit, but I have the Packers winning. You got the Lions. Any final thoughts from this for this predictions video, Marcus?
No. Has there ever been a week where all the games were like divisional games?
There definitely probably has been. I wouldn't
Probably
know on the
last year.
top of my head. But yeah, I think now what the NFL has been doing the last few years is near the end of the season, they schedule all divisional games. So the playoffs matter and
Yeah.
fans will be watching and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not too sure what the stat line is on that.
I'll have to look
But,
into it. I think it's really
but
cool that they did that.
yeah, I think it is cool because a lot of fans are going to be watching these games and a lot of playoff hopes are on the line. Um, but I think we could call it a video.
I think we
Um,
can.
I think we can. So if you guys want to see more Benchwire content, please subscribe to channel. We would really appreciate it. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to follow our socials. We have Instagram, we got TikTok, we got Twitter, and we have a link tree in the description box below. Um, Other than that, that's all I have for the video. Any final words from Marcus?
No.
No. Well,
No
thank
final
you.
words.
Well, thank you for joining today as our special guest. Hopefully, next video we have Matthew back. And that's all I have for you guys today. And Marcus as well. Benchwire
It's a pleasure.
out.